Hello, I'm Diane Birnholz. Are authorities here simply hoping for long prison sentences for the suspects they've charged and arrested? No. What they really want are the crown jewels back, and they want them all back in one piece. Now, keep in mind, these crown jewels apparently are not insured, and they're valued at over $100 million, but also viewed as priceless because of their historic and cultural significance. So that means the Louvre is out over $100 million, not to mention the huge stain on their reputation. So, what bargaining chips, if any, do the French authorities have in trying to get the crown jewels back? Now, as a former federal prosecutor, I can tell you that if you cooperate with the authorities and you provide them with information that they desperately want, then that cooperation can be taken into account at the time of sentencing, and prosecutors can recommend to the judge to impose a lighter sentence. And that's exactly what's going on here. The suspects have been told by authorities that they'll receive a lighter sentence if they return the stolen jewels. Now, I can't help wondering here, what about partial cooperation? What if the thieves have somehow hidden one or more of the crown jewels intact, but sold off the rest? What if on only some of the crown jewels they've melted down the gold and removed the jewels from their settings and cut them into smaller gems in order to be able to sell them? Will law enforcement demand the return of all the crown jewels? Or would they be happy if at least some of them are returned? So another avenue for cooperation would have been to flip and inform on higher ups. However, authorities are saying this is the work of petty criminals, and they don't believe that this is part of an organized crime syndicate. So that means there wouldn't be anyone higher up to rat on. Does crime pay? What if they return some of the crown jewels in return for lighter sentences? Say they each get 5 years in prison and say they each have $5 million waiting for them when they get out. Is that worth it? To a lot of people, it would be. Now, it seems the Louvre has learned its lesson. According to the BBC, the museum has now transferred some of its most precious remaining crown jewels to the protection of the Bank of France. Hopefully, there won't now be a heist of the Bank of France. However, that wouldn't be nearly as simple. The jewels have been placed in an underground vault there, where France keeps the vast majority of its gold reserves along with other national treasures. And according to an article in ArtNet, the vault is guarded by a 20-inch thick 7-ton door and a 35-ton rotating concrete turret designed to resist all forms of forced entry or attack. So the Bank of France sounds a lot more secure than the Louvre. Thank you very much.